Last time on Rising of the Shit-Eating Hero, for his efforts against the other worlders, Naofumi Iwa Isekai was awarded his very own Epstein Island, complete with children. But there is trouble brewing in the kingdom of generic Fantasyland. A strange new beast, bizarre new lands, and worst of all, a literature enthusiast. How will Naofumi deal with these ordeals? Does it involve buying more child slaves? Do I really need to answer that question? Our story begins with someone blaring their awful music across the entire kingdom. Enter the heroes, except 3 of them flake out, so Naofumi sets out alone with his slave girls, wielding his trusty weapon, the Virginity Shield. Before setting out, he recruits Risha into the harem. She is a new character that really oh my god, shut the fuck up! She's Raphtalia 2.0. She decides to become a slave to Naofumi because— What? Why? It makes her stronger? You can't spell shield hero without humanitarian crisis, apparently. While they're on their way to turn off that shitty music, they encounter average idol fans. There are more than his harem can handle, so Naofumi is forced to remodel the geography.
Shield or suck?
Okay, pause. What the fuck was that? That motherfucker was not this powerful last season. Remember the revenge plotline? You know, the source of all his anger, thus the name Rage Shield? Yeah, that plot point got resolved. Why is he stronger? How'd he make a goddamn lake? Afterwards, a girl named Official Soundtrack asks Naofumi to make like a truck and help her try for a better isekai. But when he and the Council of Old Fucktards offer to grant her wish, all of a sudden she's partial to this world. We're only on episode 2 and already I have head hurt. And so the armies assemble and set off to reenact the white whale fight from ReZero on a massive fuck-off turtle. What? He's bothering the neighborhood. The battle is multiple episodes long, and it really shouldn't be. By golly, I wonder if the main characters are gonna die in this battle. In this life or death scenario. Said fucking nobody ever. This shit is boring. I don't want to watch this. I mean, the one soldier gets PTSD, which is cool, I guess. But characters like Raphtalia are never gonna die, which is unfortunate, but Raphtalia and the bird decapitate the turtle. And then they go deaf, because they're— OST claims the turtle is still alive because she is very familiar with it. They climb onto the turtle's back to search for its weak point. That's not how turtles work. Risha has a backstory. It's so sad, guys. It has the filter and everything. This wasn't her first time being a slave, but the last time Bo-Dude saved her, so now she's in love with him. This is important. Probably. The gang discovers a dead village with even deader inhabitants. The queen and her soldiers are there somehow. Also, hang on a second. Why is the matriarch allowed up here? In this volatile location? That's a bit of a safety hazard, don't you think? After that, they explore a derelict temple that rapidly collapses and almost kills their monarch, vindicating my sentiments from last paragraph. Inside, they make a discovery. A written warning for any who dare attempt to make suppon nabe. Risha struggles to decipher this most cryptic of languages. Modern Japanese. Then they realize the weak point would actually be inside the shell. Really? No shit. There's a hidden passage leading directly inside, which is suspicious, almost like a trap. Or perhaps the writer was being lazy. Inside the turtle, the gang runs across some other people, inside a giant turtle, which is suspicious. Raphtalia casts a spell of revealing light, and oh my god, it was the guys from last season. Introducing the Scythe hero, Lark, the whatever she is hero, Teresa, and the fan hero, the ironically named Glass. All 3 of them are here, but even worse, they're sober. Here lies Naofumi. He never even got to fuck Raphtalia. But luckily, they're not here for him, because they could hear Bokulawa something from their world as well. Afterwards, they meet a man claiming to be the legendary book hero. A fucking legendary book? The number of these weapons is at least double Naofumi's age preference. The gang must descend even further into the darkness, where they find the turtle's core, its video game weak point. Here we learn the big twist of the show. OST, that girl that's been following us the entire time, is actually the turtle. OST is actually the turtle. So she's inside herself. Burp hero. Book hero is here to do bad guy things. What is he actually trying to accomplish? What's the plan? What are your motivations? Megalomaniac, more power, nothing more than a game, NP. Ah, yes. No motivations. How compelling. Lark and his buddies Kool-Aid Man their way into the room, and now the real battle begins. Bookman will prove once and for all that the pen is mightier than the shield, as well as the fan, the scythe, whatever this girl has. He activates his trap card, pinning everyone to the ground, but Risha can resist it using her bird costume. Bookman destroys her silly outfit, but Risha has the power of God and anime on her side. It looks like we have a new main character. Goodbye, green cunt. And hello, green pussy. Get pranked, nigga! Naofumi would never allow someone else to have the spotlight. No. He destroys the core, and by extension, OST somehow. The turtle is now dead. The gang has finally, successfully inconvenienced Bookman, who dips back to his world. Lark and the boys go after him. Then Naofumi and his girls follow suit. The gang wakes up in prison. A really shitty one. The bird is nowhere to be found. Also, Raphtalia is a child again, but I don't see Naofumi having a problem with that. Outside the prison, they meet Kizuna, the fishing rod hero. Oh, great. More of them. Despite her appearance, she is 18 years old. This is important. Probably. Sorry, girly. I can't make you my slave. Come back when you're a little... younger. Kizuna explains that they're trapped, with no exit except this one. And they're out. They have one mission. Of money. They have two missions. First up is scamming the locals out of their money. Second is finding this world's hourglass, because none of them know what time it is. Guarding the hourglass is a guy with blue hair and a very punchable face, who says that they shall not pass. So after passing him, the gang activates the hourglass, imbuing everyone with the mythical power of a common wristwatch. But something goes wrong. Raphtalia is excluded. The culprit is none other than Book Hero, who kindly explains his plan with telepathy. Basically, he wants to fuck Raphtalia. Fuck, man, that's not a bad deal. You know what, man, go ahead and take her. She's all yours. After teleporting, which is a thing they do now, they meet the legendary Boat Hero, who's also a rabbit. This is important. Probably. What the fuck? Could someone who reads the light novels please explain this one to me? On their way to rescue Raphtalia, they find the bird unintentionally, and rescue her very intentionally. Oh yeah, such an integral character. Scene transition. Raphtalia has been incarcerated along with those really strong guys, except their prison doesn't suck. They can't escape because the door is very magic. However, the walls aren't, so they Kool-Aid Man once again. Our impromptu gang makes their getaway. Somewhere in the script, they end up in the city housing the legendary katana. Wait, that's still a sword! Some genius decided to superglue the katana inside a rock. The guy with blue hair is here. He chooses the katana as his weapon, but the katana chooses Raphtalia for some reason, making her the legendary katana hero. She accepts this newfound responsibility by bravely running away. Meanwhile, the katana's magic undoes her slave crest and redoes her puberty, which will disappoint a certain someone. Naofumi for Raunatani, dude. She winds up at a shrine where she meets a shrine maiden named Who the Fuck Cares? It's fucking Shakugan no Shana 3 all over again. Raphtalia is disrobed and given a sick new outfit. When she tries to leave, she encounters someone that refuses to let her pass. Mom said it's his turn to be the katana hero. Raphtalia responds with a nothing personnel, kid, and reunites with Naofumi. With both gangs combined into one, they now have one objective: to beat the shit out of that goddamn Four Eyes. After buying even more new clothing, they still have no money. They're stopped by yet another new character. Her name is I Don't Care. She looks like Tomo from Idolmaster. She is Book Hero's bodyguard, which is why she's nowhere near him. Tomo's goal here is to attack our heroes preemptively. Tomo is not smart. After being tortured with speeches about friendship, Tomo is now an ally. Just in time for the first wave of the entire season. Until they all teleport away. I forgot that was a thing. This enrages Naofumi, as well as her not being a child, of course. They venture into Book Hero's secret hideout, where they're met by... Man, what the fuck is this? Oh! It's Chimera. Fuck the shield, bro. Just get an exterminator. While the furries play with each other, Naofumi and Risha valiantly enter Book Hero's chamber, only to be intimidated by his fancy chandelier. Bookman criticizes Naofumi for having friends that are all enslaved to him, and... oh, fuck, he has a point. Naofumi retorts by becoming so edgy that the brightness had to be lowered for the TV release. I guess I got what I deserved for not torrenting Blu-rays. Lesson learned. Risha really wants to be the protagonist again, but Naofumi just won't fucking let her. Take a guess what Naofumi does. He grows wings. He grows fucking bat wings. This frightens Bookman for some reason, so he grows wings as well. What the fuck is going on? It's time to close the book on Book Hero and kill him once and for all with a classic anime speech. And with that, Shield Hero 2 is finally over. There are no longer any antagonistic factions in this series, and none of it is tied to Season 1. So kids, what did we learn?
Nothing!
I'm off to drink copious amounts of alcohol now.